Let's get right to the point. You love the truth or you don't. You're in the tank for freedom or you're not. There's no halfway. You're in or you're out. Truth and freedom demand 100% allegiance. You can't patty cake with it. You can't compromise on it. Thanks to vigilant subscribers like Moonshine143, Monica Norman, JV, and others, I was alerted to a double-tongued talking head who I just gave major kudos to in my last video entitled Badass Woman Destroys Anti-Gun Dams in Hearing. History and logic shows that a person like this, who has a lot of freedom-loving things to say, but mixes liberty with tyrannical concepts, covertly does more damage to the cause of freedom than any overt enemy possibly could. Why? Because people drop their guards around somebody like this, because they perceive her as a friend of freedom when nothing could be further from the truth. There's a scripture that says, "A little leaven leavens the whole lump." Well, that scripture is true. This brings us back to a simple concept. How many small drops of liquid cyanide do you want put into your gallon of pure water before you drink it? The sane answer from sane people who want to live is none. I don't care how small the drops are. I don't want any cyanide in my water. That's the same with freedom. A little compromise on freedom automatically makes it slavery. Compromise of freedom is antithetical to freedom. This is exactly why you don't want to get stuck in the mire of the cult of personality, because it clouds your vision and causes your mind to short circuit and cements it within the unforgiving walls of cognitive dissonance. Becoming a cult member in this statist church means you've let go of truth. You've let go of logic. You've let go of facts. You've veered away from the consistent path of principle because you care more about what certain people say, or you feel more comfortable standing in the crowd with the majority, or you're just plain ignorant. People who involve themselves in the cult of personality obligate themselves to unstable and nefarious people instead of anchoring themselves to unchanging principles. Amy Swearer, who in my last video, for the most part, soundly opposed and exposed the folly of democratic psychopaths who don't know what the hell they're talking about when they pursue things like firearms bans. Actually, they do know what the hell they're talking about and know full well that they want to disarm you so that they can create a victim class who begs and depends on government to protect them from all evil, which never works out like that. This same good-sounding Amy Swearer, who looked like she stood on the side of liberty for all, lets her anti-freedom mask slip off her face when she discusses, in a positive light, freedom-trampling red flag laws on the Dr. Oz show. Let's look at this through the lens of individual liberty.
We're back investigating the big question. How do we keep guns out of the wrong person's hands?
That is the wrong question. Besides, who's we? We is always government. If you really want to keep guns out of the hands of bad people, you wouldn't be giving guns to government. Government alone is responsible for killing more people in the last 100 years than any plague, famine, or natural disaster combined. Let that sink in. Not counting wars, governments have directly killed more than 250 million people. Ironically, people who trusted those governments to keep them safe. And that's just in the last century alone. Again, that's not counting wars. Let's put it another way. The pens of politicians have killed more people than any number of criminals with guns possibly could. But I repeat myself, because politicians are the quintessential criminals of our time. So no, we don't want politicians attempting to keep guns out of the hands of the wrong people, simply because who they identify as the wrong people almost never are the wrong people.
Another thing that may help protect you and your family are red flag laws.
Let's call this what it is. This is a freaking lie. Red flag laws, or extreme risk protection orders, illegitimately puts the rights of one individual into the hands of other individuals. And they do this by political edict when no crime has been committed. And remember, every law, including red flag laws, creates a new criminal/victim class, while real criminals are unfazed by these laws because criminals don't obey laws. So from a purely logical standpoint, this is BS.
Which can stop down more mass shootings according to new research.
More BS.
Joining us now are experts who've been at the forefront of these red flag laws.
Experts who know more than all of us and will try to persuade the peasant class that daddy government knows what's good for us. So just shut up and comply.
Legal analyst Amy Swearer and adolescent psychologist Stacey Meisner. So Amy, it can vary from state to state, but generally how do these red flag laws work?
So red flag laws are
an infringement. That's what they are. But let's keep listening.
way of better identifying individuals who are becoming increasingly dangerous, either to themselves or to the public at large. Identifying individuals who are becoming increasingly dangerous.
Identifying individuals who are becoming increasingly dangerous.
Becoming increasingly dangerous in the opinion of someone else who may not like you. In the opinion of someone else that you may have had an unfortunate interaction with. In the opinion of somebody who wants to see your rights trampled on for pretty much any freaking reason with zero evidence of any wrongdoing.
And generally what they do is allow individuals who are close to people who are becoming dangerous, such as friends, family members, sometimes coworkers, teachers.
That's a lot of people and a lot of opportunities for other people to use pretty much any excuse they want to have government come in and violate your right to be secure in your persons, houses, papers, and effects. Guys, I am not sorry to keep breaking in like this. This is utter BS and should piss us all off. And me just saying that could put me on a red flag list. Words can't even express how evil what Amy's supporting here actually is.
To petition courts directly to say, hey, this person is becoming dangerous. I'm seeing these signs. Can we intervene specifically with this person to disarm them and then hopefully reroute them toward treatment if that's appropriate and to get them to a better place where they're no longer dangerous before we give them back either firearms or other dangerous objects?
Can we intervene?
The answer is no. No, you can't intervene. Let me see, the Second Amendment, how does the Second Amendment put it? Oh yeah, shall not be infringed. What part of that do you tyrants not understand?
So one of the nice things about having 50 states is we don't have to all go first. So 19 states have already developed some type of red flag law. How has it worked? Is there proof that it's beneficial?
How does it work? Is it beneficial? Well, I'm glad you asked, Dr. Oz. Let's ask Gary Willis. Oh, wait, that's right. We can't ask Gary Willis because he's the first innocent person to unnecessarily and violently die at the hands of law enforcers who were enforcing, let's see, what was it? Oh, yeah, red flag orders. If you want to read about that, I'll drop the link in the description. The bottom line is, here's how it works. It's a violation of a person's right to be secure in his person, houses, papers, and effects against all searches and seizures. You ignorant dumbasses.
So one of the things that we're seeing is, first of all, they're being used. So when people are aware that these laws exist, we're seeing even in jurisdictions like Maryland, when they recently implemented that, within the first month, there were over 100 petitions that were filed. So there's a need for that people are seeing when they're aware that they exist. But then the other thing that we're seeing is this segment of the population that's falling under the radar, that's becoming dangerous, but that isn't being reached under current laws.
Condensed translation to everything Amy just said. Hi, I'm Amy Swearer, and I despise the Second Amendment and shall not be infringed. I want infringement, and so do a lot of other people. Paraphrasing further, Amy is an enemy of truth, freedom, and justice. Now, my freedom-loving audience, I hope you have your scuba suit on because the BS is about to get even deeper.
All right, so Stacey, as a psychologist, what are the red flag signs? What are the issues that you should be looking for to determine if someone around you could be a danger?
Right, so first we're going to look at weapons, right? Does the person have access to weapons?
What the hell? The first sign for the issuance of a red flag infringement is the possession of weapons? That's the first thing you're going to look for? These people are out of their ever-loving minds.
Do they own a gun? Do they have family members who have guns in the home? Behavioral changes, personality changes, super important also. We're looking at, you know, classic signs of depression, really.
Who doesn't go through depressing times every now and then?
Isolation, decreased sleeping, decreased eating, changes in expressed mood. You know, is the person angry? Is the person agitated? Or even more calm?
Or even more calm.
Guys, I don't even know what to say. Even more calm? Yeah, hello, operator. Yeah, my uncle's cousin's brother's nephew seems really, really calm lately. I think you need to send SWAT over there and take his firearms. There's a good possibility he's a danger to himself and others. What folly! That anybody sitting there in the audience taking this for anything other than the tyrannical clown show it is shows you just how far we've slipped as a society. Guys, if you want me to do a part 2 to this video, let me know in the comments section. And yeah, there's more, and yes, it gets worse, if you can believe that. In the meantime, the best thing you can do to support this channel is to like and share this video everywhere you can. It helps us beat the YouTube censorship and suppression algorithms. Also, if you want to support the uncompromising truth on this channel, grab a shirt, hoodie, or mug from the most no-nonsense shirt store on the planet. There are now over 90 hard-hitting designs available, almost guaranteed to spark a colorful conversation as you set brush fires of freedom in the minds of those around you. The link to all these great designs is in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.